Namaskar, this is Pooja and Rashmi from Divine Valley. Namaskar Ambardar ji to our YouTube channel.
Namaskar Pooja and welcome Mr. Ambardar ji to our Divine Valley YouTube channel, recording. Mr. Ambardar has worked as broadcaster cum Programmer Prasaar Bharti. He's a freelance journalist. He has passion for writing on folklore, oral history, socio-cultural and religious traditions of Kashmir. So we will be discussing today the Bhairavas of Kashmir with Mr. Ambardar. Please welcome to our channel again. Thank you.
Can we start with basically what are Bhairavas and what is the significance? Maybe if we can start with that, because there are many people who don't know anything about Bhairavas.
Yes, before starting telling about the Bhairavas, we will start that Kashmir is the most sacred place, and in not only in India but throughout the world. It is the most sanctimonious place, and it was known as previously. It is known, or even today, it is known as the expression of goddess Sati or goddess Parvati. So it is also called as the Sati Desh. So in her incarnation as the goddess Sati and then as a Parvati. So she is said to reside in Kashmir, in the land of holy land of Kashmir. So iske saath hi, and with it, and we say that Lord Shiva, because she is the spouse, the cosmic or divine spouse of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is said to be present in every peck and every grain of Kashmir. It's जो मिट्टी में है, तो हर एक मिट्टी के कण में भगवान शिव का वास है. So it is the land of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the Ishtadev, or the presiding deity or the presiding god of the entire Kashmir valley. And goddess Parvati or goddess Sati, this is her land, and Kashmir known as Kashmira. It was known as Kashmira Devi when it was reclaimed, and after the draining of Sati Sara, it was known as Kashmira, the first goddess, and which we say it is also a manifestation of the goddess Parvati or goddess Sati, that is the Kashmira Devi. But originally it is known as, and subsequently it was named, and it is today, even today, it is known as Sati Desh, or land of Sati. And you will find that the main water course or the river, that is Vitasta, known in the popular expression today as Jahannam, is an expression, is the manifestation of the goddess Sati herself.
Okay.
So you will find that all deities which are present in the pantheon of Hinduism, they are said to reside in Kashmir. So such is the sanctity and the sanctimonious nature which is attached with the land of Kashmir. Rudra is associated with the Bhairavas. It is Bhairava is the fearsome, fearful manifestation of Lord Shiva or Rudra. Rudra means who is fearsome. So Bhairava is also fearful manifestation of Lord Shiva. But in our tradition, there is a polarity of two deities, and that is Rudra and Shiva. Both they are one aspect. Rudra is destructive. One is, and Shiva is a benevolent form. He is boon giving that.
They are like two sides of the coin.
We find that this is a correlation between Rudra, Shiva, and Bhairava. So how it has evolved. So different aspects of this. We have got that Rudra. From Rudra, we have got Shiva, and then there's the polarity of Rudra and Shiva, and then from it arose the embedded, or in it is embedded Ashtamurti, aspect of Lord Shiva. Well, Lord Shiva's manifestation, 8 great manifestations, and they are known as Ashtamurti. They are these are the fearful aspects, and they are known as Bhima. They are known as Rudra. They are known as Sarva. Then benevolent form, and I said you Lord Shiva. This is the polarity of Rudra and Shiva. Then benevolent form is Pashupati. Then is Bhava. Then is Mahadeva. One of the names is the Deva Mahadev. Lord Shiva.
Mahadev also Bhairava.
Yeah. So Bhairava, I told you, it is the ferocious or it is a tantric deity, is the tantric aspect or manifestation of Lord Shiva. There is Bhairava. In Bhairava, we have got Srinagar city is said to be having Asht Bhairavas. Eight Bhairavas and or in Srinagar city, because one city, I earlier told you, when Sati Sar was drained out and its water was drained out and it was made fit for human habitation. So a new creation has to be blessed by the deities. So Lord Shiva's manifestation, Bhairav manifestation, because the first deity which arrived, you took her abode in Srinagar city was the goddess and Sharika Bhagavati, Hari Parvat. So you will find in Bhairavas, Hari Parvat is surrounded and by, because she has protecting, these are Bhairavas are basically protecting deities and they benevolent deities. And so the protecting deities and they took abode around the place and where the goddess Sharika took her abode and in Hari Parvat. And we have got 8 deities, 8 Bhairavas in Srinagar city. They are starting from, I will start, adjacent to it is the Bhairav that is known as Vital Bhairav. Then we come to Vital Bhairav, then Hatkeshar Bhairav, then downwards and when we go downwards and downtown, then into Puraras Bhairav, then there is Kapleshwar Bhairav, then is Anandishwar Bhairav, then is Kushakraj Bhairav, then is Vishwarax Bhairav, then is Jackson Bhairav, then we have got Sheetleshwar Bhairav. The Sheetleshwar Bhairav is not counted among Asht Bhairavas.
Asht Bhairav.
Yes, these are the all senior Bhairavas and Asht Bhairavas, meaning 8. Asht means 8, a group of 8 Bhairavas. So
are these, do all these Bhairavas have their specific temples or no?
No, I will come into it. First of all, I will tell you that 8 Bhairavas from these 8 Bhairavas, these are groups of 8 Bhairavas. And from groups of these 8 Bhairavas and evolved in 64 Bhairavas. We have got 8 groups of Bhairavas and have given rise to corresponding number is 64 Bhairavas. 64 Bhairavas are in throughout, spread in throughout length and breadth of the entire Kashmir Valley, geographical space. They are found in the entire valley. These are, every village has a Bhairav. But due to our ignorance or we forget, most of the people don't remember their own Bhairavas, and it is very obligatory because your puja, every ritual or a ceremony, whether it is a wedding ceremony, whether it is birthday puja, it cannot be complete until you invoke your Ishti Devi, clan Ishti Devi and your Bhairav. Because these
so is it same as Kul Bhairav and Bhairav is same? Kul Bhairav is same as Bhairav? Kul Bhairav, what is Kul Bhairav? Kul Bhairav is same as Bhairav?
Kul Bhairav means the clan, the family Bhairav.
Family Bhairav,
which has been selected, which is the most favorite Bhairav of the clan or a particular family. So you have to invoke both Ishti Devi and your Bhairav. I told you that 64. How is 64? This is 8 is a very sacred number in Hindu thought, in symbolicism, symbolic numerology. It is a very powerful, very sacred number. So 8 means 4 plus 4. How does it make? 4 and 4. If you combine them, it makes 8. Yes. 4, you will find it, and 4 is the most stable configuration. Geometrical configuration is square. It has 4 corners. When you have houses, when we construct our houses, it is always in square. Because for your stability, because 4, this square number, this square configuration, geometrical configuration, it ensures stability. So stability you should have in your home. Stability you should have in your temple. So 4 plus 4 gives the number 8. And 8 multiplied by 8 and means 64, and when you combine it and 6 plus 4, you join them, it makes 10. 1 plus 0, but 0 has no value. It remains 1. The 1 point is our 1. That 10. 6 for 4 giving 10 number, and then equivalent to 1. That is the supreme God. That is the supreme nature of the manifestation, supreme manifestation. That is God is one. So how it is evolved. This is how these things evolve, these beliefs evolve, and these system evolve, these traditions evolve. So we have got 64, and these Asht Bhairavas, I said these are group of 8 Bhairavas. So among these 8 Bhairavas, one is the supreme Bhairav, or one is known as the senior Bhairav, and 7 Bhairavas, they remain under him. So it is configuration of 8 Bhairavas, or a group of 8 Bhairavas, among which there is one who is known as senior Bhairav, and 7 they are under his command. And all these Bhairavas are under direct command of both Lord Shiva and God and his cosmic or divine spouse Parvati. So all they work under his command, their command, both Parvati.
So who is the senior Bhairav? Senior Bhairav is Shiva himself. Who is the senior Bhairav when you said? The Shiva himself.
Lord Shiva is the senior God. Not senior Bhairav. He is the senior God. He is the senior deity under all the Bhairavas, all these Bhairavas, and they work under his command and his divine spouse Parvati.
So I think she wants to know the name of the
senior Bhairav. You were saying there's one senior Bhairav and there are 7 under him. So who's the senior Bhairav?
Senior, I told you, senior Bhairav in Asht Bhairavas is known as Anandeshwar Bhairav. Anandeshwar Bhairav is situated in Amira Kadal. We have got a shrine of Anandi dedicated to Anandeshwar Bhairav that is in Amira Kadal area. Mysuma. Actual location is Mysuma, Amira Kadal. He is the senior most Bhairav among Asht Bhairavas. Then we have got also Nandkishar Bhairav. He is a very powerful Bhairav. Nandkishar Bhairav, but doesn't come under Asht Bhairavas. But he is the Bhairav of many villages. He belongs, his abode or his shrine is in Sir, Sopore, and then Sumbal Sonwari area of North Kashmir, Bandipur district. And we have got, he is also the Bhairav, Isht Bhairav, or the presiding Bhairav of Vanpu, of the village Vanpu.
Yes, he's our Bhairav as well.
And then in North Kashmir, we have some villages like in Gotingo, we have our Batragam. It is Nandkishar also is the presiding Bhairav of those areas. So we have,
Mr. Ambardar ji, we talked about the 64 Kul Bhairavas which are around in Kashmir city. So do you
not Kashmir Valley, not city, not city.
Oh, whole Kashmir Valley. Okay. So do we have any record of all these 64? I know like in our village in Vanpu we had Nandkeshwar, but I didn't know it was a Bhairav temple. Obviously I was very small then. So how do we collate all this information about Bhairavas?
Yeah, it is very, because we have not remembered our Bhairavas, excepting for Asht Bhairavas. The village Bhairavas, hardly very few are known. So we have to, they have to be worked out and they have to be searched in, so that we have the place of veneration which they enjoyed and in earlier times, and that is restored to them. Because no, I already told you, no puja, no ritualistic function can be benevolent or can be fruitful unless and until we invoke our Ishti Devi and our Bhairava, clan Bhairava, and to seek their blessings.
Okay. So how do we invoke then these Bhairavas? If we, when do we need to refer to Bhairavas, or how do we?
Bhairava is in Bhairav is invoked when we say any function which we perform, or any social function like birthday, he is invoked. And we say, when we say during puja, we invoke our name, our Ishti Devi. So we invoke them. Automatically it gets invoked. to seek their blessings. And the same one likewise, and Bhairava is also to be, we have to name him, the same particular Bhairav of your clan or your family or your village and or your area where you were residing earlier, that has to be invoked. And once it is invoked and reverentially eaten, it is invoked, it gets invoked. And we seek your
So
blessings.
do we have to do those Bhairav stutis, I think there are some connected with Abhinav Gupta to invoke them, or we just remember them to invoke them? Or we have to do those Bhairav stutis? Are they different?
Abhinav Gupta has composed a very famous Bhairav Stuti that is known as Vyap Sarasar. That Stuti is very powerful Stuti, and it is the lone, one of the very few Stuti which is recited and both at when we are happy rituals and like marriage, like birthday or religious festivals, and at the end of the when our lifespan ends. This is the only Stuti which is recited, and so powerful this Stuti is in Bhairav Stuti, which has been composed of by Acharya Abhinav Gupta. This has been composed in Anandishwar Bhairav premises. On this is known as Posh, in the month of Posh, Krishna Paksh Dashmyam, Dashmi, 10th day of the Posh month, corresponding to December or January. It was composed on that particular day. So I will decide. We have got a very pronunciation style. It cannot be haphazardly recited. It has to be recited. It has got a fixed meter that has been passed on to generations orally, how it has to be recited. And it is a part of Shaivite traditions and how to recite it properly. So I will recite a few shlokas.
That will be great.
Because this Bhairav Stuti, it was with the recitation of this Bhairav Stuti that Acharya Abhinav Gupta entered into the cave, Bhairav cave in Bhirwa in Badgam district. So I will recite and how it has to be recited, how we have to pronounce it. Vyāpt Charatar Bhav Vishesham Chinmaya Ekam Anantamanadim Bhairav Nathamanat Sharanyam Tanmaya Chet Daya Hadvande Tanmaya Et Dashesham Idanyam Bhati Mama Tat Anagreshaka Tomts Mahesh Sadhav Mamatma Satmanya Vishwataye Satmanya Vishwagati Hitaye Nate Ten Samsriti Biti Kathaste Satsapi Durgar Dukh Vimoho Tras Vidayash Karma Ganeshu Antak Ma Preti Mahadrashmena Krodh Kalat Mahavidhi Shankar Sevan Chintan Diro Ishan Bhairav Shakti Mayosmi. These are few shlokas.
Wonderful.
I said, this is the meter, this is the way how it has to be pronounced.
Very nice,
so
very
we have to
nice.
keep in mind and we have to recite this Bhairav Stuti.
Thank you.
This is a very powerful Mahamudra.
Yeah, very nice. So this is for any particular Bhairav, or this is general for invoking the Bhairavs, this Stuti?
Basically, in this Stuti, Lord Shiva is eulogized of his nature, of his benevolence, and because he is the only God who can give liberation, who can give moksha, who grants moksha. He is the protector deity or God. So we invoke him in this Stuti. So I can give you why Bhairava, what is the root meaning of Bhairava, how it is origin. In Tantric tradition, Bhairava represents, I told you, it's the Tantric deity. One thought says that it has evolved from the word Biru. Biru means a person. So though it is composed of one more viewpoint and says that Bhairava is composed of 3 words, and Ba plus Ra plus Va. Ba is the creation, Ra is the sustenance, and Va means the destruction, the ultimate destruction, because unless and until destruction of creation does not take place. This is the way of, this is the nature's doing. When we die, only we can, another birth can take place. Because there has not to be a permanency. Because for new creation, dissolution, what we say as pralay or cosmic damage. So, but Sanskrit etymologically, when say, when we make it on etymological level, we say that it composed of 3 words, and to contain it and to hold it, and that means ba. Ravan means then to scream, to shout, to roar, and woman means then, it means then to yell, to screech. So it is a combination of these 3 words, and this is one viewpoint.
So you are saying this is the nature, or that's how its name is called, because those are the characteristics of Bhairava.
Yeah,
Is that what makes them fearsome?
This is the meaning. I told you the word meaning of Bhairavaism. One more thought says that since Lord Bhairava is the creation of, he sustains and destroys and dissolves the manifestation in his own nature, in his own self. So this is the nature of Bhairava. That is the nature of Bhairava. So Lord Shiva took the form of Bhairava. Then one more thought says that Bhairava can be traced in as a conversation between the Lord Shiva and not Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma, who is the superior God. So that in that conversation, it got revealed that Lord Shiva is the supreme God, or he is the supreme deity among all the trinity of the deities, and comprising of Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva.
There is one more thing that I wanted to ask you. Because Shivratri is our main festival, and I remember vaguely that we do pray Bhairavas on Shivratri as well. So what is the relation between Bhairavas and Shivratri?
Bhairava, in Kashmiri tradition, Shivratri is dedicated to the Bhairavas. It is Bhairav Puja. We know as Batak. 3 types of Bhairavas are invoked in Shivratri.
Yes, we represent them also.
Because we say when we say perform puja, we say the room where puja is performed of Shivratri. It is known as Vatak Kut or Vatak room.
Yes.
The ingredients which are used during the performance of the puja, that is known as Vatak masala or Vatak ingredients or Vatak samgri. And the utensils which are utilized in Shivratri puja, they are known as Vatak ban.
Yes.
Then akhrots and walnuts, which are used for as a puja material, they are known as Vatak doon. So you find that there is a direct correlation between the Shivratri puja and Vatak Bhairav. But Vatak Bhairav is the small formative phase of Lord Shiva. So it is known as Vatak. One more Bhairava, you might have heard it, or you must be remembering, and when the knock, the ritual of knock on Doon Amavasya, we perform closing the door and then knock the door.
Yes.
That is known as the ritual of knocking at the door. So that in that we say, when we knock at the door, we say, who is there? We say, Vatagraj. We say in conversation, Raman bro, it is known as
Ram bro.
Ram bro.
It is not Ram bro. It is a mispronunciation of Ramani Bhairava.
Achha, see, this is interesting.
We invoke so these Bhairavas, and you will see that this is a tradition of our Bhairav Puja and Shivratri. It is Bhairav Puja. It is nothing.
So what is the third Bhairav in Shivratri?
The third Bhairav invoked during Shivratri Puja, Shivratri festival, is Swachanand Bhairav. Swachand Bhairav. It is Swachand Bhairav. He is said to be 5-faced Bhairav, having got and is said to have 18 arms. So it is a fearful song. I saw it, there's a polarity of Bhairavas and in Lord Shiva, both benevolent and fearsome. Fearsome is for evildoers, and benevolent is for the who are doing the right things and who are not doing sinful things. So you find the polarity of this.
Okay, because I
Chand
thought.
Bhairav, it is invoked during Shivratri
Thank
Puja.
you.
So these three Bhairavas, they are the main Bhairavas during Shivratri Puja. So that is, Shivratri is not Lord Shiva's celebration. It is Bhairav, it is Puja of Lord Shiva in his fearsome or benevolent form of a Bhairava.
So when we say fearsome and benevolent, I thought Shiva is benevolent and his fearsome form is Bhairav. Is that right?
Yeah. I told you what a Bhairav is a benevolent form of person.
They're further divided.
Because benevolent, it is benevolent form, but you have to be a fearsome. Should also be there. How to make people to realize that they walk on the right path. So there is a polarity. There is a coexistence of both fearsome and benevolent.
Yeah, I don't deny that. But
When
I
we say what a Bhairav, we say it is the better form. He is a boon giving. He gives all the good things in life. But all the good things of life, and that we have to be very careful when we walk on the right path. So that has been fearsome deity, some fearful nature or manifestation should also be there, so that he can, because God, we find in the Puranas and gods and they punish the evildoers. All these rakshas and they are demons and so something to equate and to make the balance of power and in back to make it is a comfortable stay on the planet, and so some check control. It is a sort of a check control.
So one thing. Are these Bhairavas, is this Bhairava word mainly used now in Kashmir? I thought you said earlier they are in Assam, Bengal as well, or did I miss?
Ujjain as well. I've heard in Ujjain.
Himalayan regions, and wherever the Himalayan regions, and you will find in the concept of Bhairavas. We have Mahakal Bhairava in Ujjain. Ujjain,
yeah, I have been to that.
The Ujjain city belonging to the Bhairava, Kal Bhairava. So we have this Bhairav tradition, but tradition it exists in the entire country. But we have predominance of this concept and this tradition. It is in Kashmir only.
Okay. And I remember when you talked about this Ujjain Bhairav temple, I have been there, and I remember they used to offer alcohol to that in that Bhairav temple.
Yeah, I have heard in Jammu region also they do, like they have in Rajasthan or somewhere area.
In Ujjain, when I went to that Bhairav temple, I've been there. So they were offering alcohol in that Bhairav temple to the god. So what is the significance of that? Offering alcohol, you know?
In our Shivratri, we also offer a beverage. Yeah. There are certain families among us and Kashmiri Hindus, and they are known by the surname of Gurtus.
Gurtus, we have relatives.
Very close to Gadu.
We have relatives.
They offer a homemade brew, which is known as Panak.
Panak?
So
what is it called, sorry?
Panak. It is known as Panak. It is pronounced as Panak. It is a homemade brew. It involves about 18-20 ingredients in it is making it. It is said to give elevation, spiritual elevation. We also use, we have substitutes. Everything. I told you that aversion is a tradition, our rituals, and these are not framed by us. These are framed by our rishis, by our ancestors, and so we cannot fiddle them, because they are sanctified by our rishis and our saints.
Ancestors.
You find that saints, and they would never fiddle with the rituals. Today you find that we change our rituals. Shadi ho gayi, kisi ke aur chalo change hote hain. But they never said. Bhagwan Gopinath and Swami Ramji, Swami Mata Kak, and they were great saints, scholars, and they never changed their family rituals, because they have been sanctified by somebody elders. There was wisdom involved in it, and it was wisdom was a part of component it. And so man, we as a human beings have we are ordinary people. We have no power we can to fiddle or change our rituals. So that was the sanctimonious nature of our rituals. And so we were at a particular time, we were very steadfast about the observance of the rituals. So rituals have to be followed. We follow.
I just wanted to ask, is it pre-Vedic tradition, this Bhairava, or is it part of Vedic culture?
It's a part of Vedic. It started from Rudra. I told you, it started from Rudra. From Rudra came Rudra, and later on Shiva became amalgamated with each other. And from Lord Shiva originated Bhairavas.
Okay.
So it is because when you have to control in equilibrium, to maintain the equilibrium in the universe, and so there has to be a benevolent form of the deity, and there has to be a fearsome form of the deity.
Yes,
we have got Parvati is the benevolent form of the goddess, and Durga is the same manifestation of same goddess Parvati. It is fearsome. Then Kali, it is the fearsome, fear inviting and fear infusing manifestation of same Parvati. But Mahakali is the more fearsome. How the evolution of the deity's take is, how the evolution of the, it is not that visualized, it is visualized, it is done, it is how you visualize a certain deity. And then and this visualization and this evolution of manifestations, and it is wisdom which is involved, it is the concentration of the mind, it is the spiritual elevation. We ordinary people cannot do it. Only those rishis and those ancient our elders, and they could do it because they were very spiritually elevated person. So you should be spiritually elevated and to just visualize these manifestations.
So I think that goes true with us as well. We also have benevolent, nice forms and then fearsome forms for each human being also. We can't be always benevolent. Yeah, so I think that is interesting. But before we conclude, I just wanted to add one point, that maybe should we say that the Jantri, the Panchang, which we all Kashmiris use, once we collate this information of all 64 Bhairavas and their names, maybe we should ask them to add it there? Do you think that's a good?
There will be no problem. They will not be hesitant. They will gladly do it.
It's just that somebody needs to
gather those. So yeah, let's see.
First, all these Bhairavas and has to be collected and to assign the place where they were having their lordship, and that has to be ascertained. It cannot be done haphazard manner. So we have to assign the places, and they were the Gauramani, because Bhairavas are at certain stage, they are also recognized as some sort of Kshetrapalas. You find when you do Kshetrapalas. In some scriptures, and they are equated with Kshetrapalas also. When, as a Kshetrapala, these are the protective deities, and they protect their devotees. They protect the inhabitants residing in a particular place. Unless and until we invoke them, we remember them, and reverentially. It is not just ordinarily we have to remember them. We have to, there should be some sort of reverence for a deity or a protecting deity. So we have to do that. That element should be present in us, and so that we get all the blessings and all the benevolence of the deities and the gods, and so that our the whole humankind and the whole humanity that remain peacefully, exist peacefully, and exist and righteously in a right.
So when you mentioned about Nandakeshwar Bhairav, I remember that we used to go on New Year when we have this Navre in Kashmir. We used to go there and offer the the yellow rice which we make, and it was open. They used to say it can't have roof because it always breaks if we create a roof on top of it. Is that something across all Nandakeshwar Bhairavs, or was it particular to our region?
Yeah, you have raised a very good question. In the beginning, I told you that there is a correlation between human beings and the trees. Trees are said to be most highly evolved among the plant kingdom. trees like human beings and they stand upright. They have got roots, they have got branches, they have got fruits, they have got flowers. They their branches, roots, and twigs, and they corresponding to our arms and our limbs. There is and you will find a symbolic resemblance and sheltering, caring nature present in human beings. This instinct is present only in caring nature, sheltering nature present only human beings and the trees, because trees give shelter to a traveler during summer days, or during they give their bountiful produce in form of fruits. That they sustain us. They sustain. This is one aspect of the trees. And why? So trees are the most revered. They are known as kings of Vanaspati. They are known as by the name of Vanaspati, of the forests. So there is so these trees are very holy or sanctimonious. You will find in that Bhairavas and like there's spirits or these supernatural beings, and they have their abodes in trees only. In Kashmir, we have got, in Hinduism, we have got banyan, we have people trees. They are sanctimonious nature. They are revered, and because and people have got rishis and saints, and they do meditation only under trees and under the sheltering care of the trees. And so we have got Bhairavas and in Kashmir, the abode, they are abode of Bhairavas, and trees are. We have got three. Usually Bhairavas in Kashmir is said to be on mulberry tree. One mulberry tree is known as the cosmic tree. It is symbolically, it resembles and is said to be, according to belief system, it is said to have the same nature and status and as the cosmic tree. Kalpavriksha, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, kalpavriksha, that is known as kalpavriksha. It has the same nature. So mulberry tree is abode of Bhairavas, and in some places it can be alum or say brun, which is known as brun tree. You will find in villages you will find mostly Ganesh. We didn't have Ganesh temples. Brun was taken, or alum was taken as an appropriation of Lord Ganesha.
Yes.
Mostly in rural belt. So you will find Nandikishar. Either we have Chinar or Boon, which is known has come, which is origin from Bhavani. That is the sheltering mother or the great goddess mother. So Bhavani you will find, and wherever there are goddess, that shrines of goddesses, you will find in Chinar trees. So Chinar or mulberry or the alum, these trees they are about of the deities and or they have their resting place. And mulberry tree is said to be, apart from Bhairavas, and it is said to be at abode of yakshas or forest spirits also. So normally you will find an mulberry tree in this Bhairav shrines. It is always in open. Usually it is in the open Bhairav, because I told you we have a strong Vedic tradition in Kashmir. So in Vedic tradition there were no temples. Vedic tradition were nature lovers. So
these are on trees then.
We have continued it, and we have got Bhairav shrines, and they are initially they were only in the open, in the nature, and in the formation mulberry tree was the abode of Bhairavas.
So maybe that was the reason it was said, the deity didn't want the roof. That's why Rashmi, you were saying the roof in your temple.
Because
might
he
be
said
the reason.
there was a tree, so we block it.
You couldn't block it. Yeah, so that might be the reason.
Yes.
And there is one more thing, and she said that yellow rice. In Manipur, you are be having wonder. In Sir Jagir, Sopore area, where there is a shrine of Nandikishar also, it is a taboo to have yellow.
Is it?
Yellow rice. There is only, it is rice or tahar is cooked without turmeric powder.
Okay.
We have got their white tahar. This is the only shrine. Where in Sir, where Bhairav is said to be of sattvic nature, he doesn't like turmeric because turmeric is connected with the mundane activities.
Okay, so turmeric is not sattvic. Okay.
No, it is usually you find in dishes.
Yeah.
So in that form, in Nandikishar, in my opinion, this is my opinion, in Nandikishar at Sir, in Sopore area, we don't prepare yellow
Yellow rice.
tahar. We do tahar without turmeric.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
because it shows the purity of the sattvic nature of the Bhairav, of
That
Nandkishore.
Bhairav.
That's here. But at Vanpu or in Sumbal, they prepare Nandkishore days or festival is celebrated and with the yellow rice. So
Yes.
it variance. There is variance in the belief system according to the place and according to the place of the shrine where it is located.
Okay, I think it's been very interesting topic.
Very interesting.
We will
Very interesting.
thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
And what we will ask our viewers is that if you know your deity or your Bhairav, then send us the information in the comments so that we can help in collating this information and compile this 64 names we need for the whole Kashmir.
Presently I am short of 10 to 12.
Oh, so you have already.
Okay, so you're
Okay,
very
so that will
close.
be good.
I
Okay.
already worked on it and I'm planning to publish it, but I'm just want to have all the 64 Bhairavas, and I'm shortly I will get it, and you may also have, if you get any information about Bhairavas, and you can supplement that.
Yes,
but I have got, I'm short of only 10, 12, I am short of 64. Once I get the remaining one, so I can come up with all the 64 Bhairavas.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
thank you.
we hope we compile this list. Thank you so much. Bye.